Hello and welcome to this week's Punters Guide. It is Trials Day at Cheltenham, the final day at Cheltenham before the festival itself. We've also got some cracking racing at Doncaster. The boys alongside me again, Joel and myself, again in the UK, Frankie abroad again. Tell you what, it's like Judith Chalmers, aren't you?
Yeah,
Where
watching from Gulf Street Park. Miami, Hollandale Beach. It's cool. I'm going to get a look around the track tomorrow. But it's a fascinating place. It's a race course pretty much in a shopping centre / casino / nightclub. I went for a bit of food last night, and I don't know if there's many places like this in the world. The paddock is outside the track. So to see the horses in the paddock, you wouldn't need a ticket. You could have a pint and grade 1 horses would be circling, and then they head into the track, and obviously you can't watch racing without a ticket. But the paddock as it is pretty much in the middle of a shopping centre, which is nuts considering the quality of horses that are going to be there. You know, Nation's Pride's going to be getting led round, and someone's having a pint and watching American football to the side of him, which is, it's unique. I'm looking forward to racing here Saturday. It's great to be here, but obviously the main action of the world is Constitution Hill, boys.
It is indeed Trials Day, Joe. How much do you think we'll learn ahead of the festival this weekend?
Not a lot, to be fair. I think we'll wait for the
DRS.
I'll be dead honest with you. We'll crack on in a second. I went through it all, and I always get excited about Cheltenham, but I'm going, there's some dodgy horses in here. Some dodgy horses to sort out this weekend. Hopefully got a few bets for you. Are we in the Constitution Hill camp? What do you think?
Oh, come on, Potter's Charm. Matt's first anti-post bet's running.
Yes, which I was surprised about. We'll come to that a little later on. Right, let's talk about the Cleeve Hurdle trial. I know you've been a big fan, Frankie, of East India Doc. Obviously, Lou Lambert, the new market leader after last week's win. Can East India Doc do something to trouble him for favouritism?
I think so. I think he's. I know he's extremely short, but when his price opened up at 4 to 5 or whatever it was, I thought that's actually a very fair price. I think he'll have these lot easily. He's done it at the track before. In my eyes, he's still a Triumph Hurdle contender. I reckon he puts these away and then gets shortened to the festival. So he's a bet for me, even at a short price this weekend. And I wouldn't put anyone off a bet to nothing for the festival, because if he does go and win by 10 lengths, he will shorten. Whether or not you think he can beat Lulamba, if he wins impressively, the bookies have no option but to tighten him up. So East India Doc, very strong. I'd love to see him go and put in a dominant performance and get those Lulamba backers' minds just twitching, just a little bit nervous ahead of March.
Yeah, I thought you'd stick with him. Joel, are you with an East India Doc or Paul Nicholls a recruit?
Look, Paul Nicholls recruit is obviously going to be a Gold Cup winner in 5 years. Oh, no, he's not. Couldn't touch Nicholls. The only other one looked at was Stencil. I do like to look at these French horses when they come over. Got the right colours of JP. But he put a shocker in last time, only raced on heavy. East India Doc wins this as far as he wants, bolts up once again, and all I wrote on my notes was exactly what Frankie said. If you fancy this horse, the Triumph, back it before this race runs.
Okay, unanimous with the favourite in that one then. 150, another one of these 2.5 mile handicap chases we seem to have every single time Cheltenham race. The usual suspects in there, Ginny's Destiny, Il Ridotto, Gemaron, of course, who won here a couple of starts ago. Moon d'Orange coming over from Ireland as well. Irico, interesting going for this one. Obviously, the Grand National, the big target. Joel, I'll start with you in the 150.
Iroko, whatever you fancy. The jumping, for me, is a no-no. Let me down last few times, so I'm done with him. He's dead to me now. Ginny's Destiny, probably will go off favourite, to be fair. Looks like a lot of money coming into this, but it is Nicholls, isn't it? A bit high in the weights for me. And if you're looking at the other Il Ridotto horse, probably too high in the weights. Olive took over last time, drifted in the market and run accordingly. Freddie's back on board there. I think the one that I will come down on, and just reminds me to do my tax return and get it sent off, Hobbs and White. They're my firm of accountants. I think we get mentioned every single week in flying form, Imperial Saints. Newbury 2 runs ago, watched that back on left. It just didn't look very happy. So there's a lot of races this weekend that you've got to be generous and put lines through. But one well on Boxing Day entry by 6.5 lengths, currently 7 to 1, Imperial Saint.
Okay, Imperial Saint. Good little competitive race though, Frankie.
It is, and I found it really hard to come down on one in this. You can make kind of some angles for, but equally, as Joel said, pick holes in quite a lot of them. Il Ridotto is who I have settled on just because I think he's too big a price. With Freddie taking back over, who got a great spin out of him when he won here back in November, was it, or December? Takes over again. He's a great young jockey. His £3 does make a lot of difference when he's up there in the weights, but there is a couple, meaning that he's not carrying top weight, and he's just so consistent that I think if you back him each way at a double figure price, hopefully you'd be in the money. And in a race where I couldn't be that keen on one to go and win, I'm happy to play one each way. So Il Ridotto is a kind of a bit of a soft, safe bet. I think he'll just run his race, and you never know, he might be in with a chance of winning again. He's done it before.
Okay, so we on to the 225, the Cotswold Chase, a Gold Cup trial, probably name only. Venetia kind of back into form now with a couple of wins this week because she needed it. She had been badly out of form. Plenty of horses underperformed last weekend. Other than that, is that the only negative for the home press here? Surely he's going to take some beating, isn't he, Frankie?
I think so, but where there's 3 short price favourites on the card in East India Dock, Long Press and Potter's Charm, he'd be the one I'd be least confident in backing. Plenty of people will be going for the treble, and I wouldn't necessarily put you off. It's got every chance of coming in, but Gentleman's Game I think is a worthy challenger, at least, just to make me cautious of backing Long Press. But no, he is your right favourite. He ran a cracker in the King George. Venetia's having a brilliant season. He was obviously pretty much the yard's star horse, wasn't he, before he had a bit of a setback, and now looks like he's coming back to that standard and will target the Gold Cup. So he's got every right to go and win. But as far as even money shots go across the card, Gentleman's Game just worries me a touch. He's ran well behind, Galloping the Champs, Fat He hasn't been miles away from them. He's a good horse on his day. Yeah,
and he won a Charlie Orles, didn't he, a couple of years ago? Joel?
I'm the only person, apart from Frankie, to be fair, I'm taking on Long Press with Gentleman's Game. A lot of people talking about, getting the £6, £3 higher rate as a second. So if you work that out, £9 between them. I just thought, if you look at the 2 races Frankie touched on in the Savills, behind Factor File, Galloping the Champs, or third behind Banbridge and Il Fonse, which one would you take? One is even money favourite, one is 3-1. They're coming over from Ireland. It was pulled up, wasn't it, Gentleman's Game in the Gold Cup? You can forgive the horse for that, but I would have a go on Gentleman's Game and be quite confident. You mentioned that Venetia's coming back into form. When she's flying, and everything's winning, the stable cat and all those cliches. But just a couple of winners. She's about, 14%, 15%, something like that. So Gentleman's Game against the favourite this weekend.
One thing to, I'm contradicting myself, but Venetia's form dips off, I find, when the handicappers exhaust their mark and have, won once, twice, and then they can no longer win at heavier weights. But her class horses do tend to still perform. So I wouldn't be too scared of her stable form. I just think Gentleman's Game is a decent opposition, and he's 3 times the price, isn't he? So.
Okay, how long was it going to take us to talk about the international hurdle? Go on, Frankie. He's your darling. You start us off.
Oh, he just wins, doesn't he? There's no point talking about the weekend he should go and win. But maybe an interesting point that people have been debating is what this means for Lossiemouth. I think it strengthens her claims as to going to the champion hurdle. I don't think they're running scared. I think they're saving their bullets, and they think they've got one shot to get it right. Why come over and, put her through her paces of travel and racing on Trials Day when you want to have a bang on for the festival? So Constitution Hill will win this weekend. But I think the talking point is, does this change Lossiemouth's route or not? I reckon it strengthens her claims for champion hurdle attack.
And I see the DRF instead now next week. How far does he win by then, Joel?
Yeah, Brentford Hope. I'm taking over 10 lengths to win. Again, we can fluff this around as much as you want. I don't really care who comes second. Joey Machan is 125-1. Couldn't give it anything this week. So that was my workings for 3 o'clock. I couldn't even be asked to write Constitution, so I can't spell it. I just put 3 o'clock, C Hill. So Charlie Hills wins the 3 o'clock. Move on.
Right, probably the best trial of them all is the Cleeve Hurdle in terms of the stayers at the festival. Crambo, after bouncing back at Ascot, is in here. Strong Leader is in here as well. Galvro stepped up from handicaps. But is it a match, Crambo versus Strong Leader? Can Strong Leader get back to winning ways? He's had a wind up, Joel.
Yeah, possibly. After that disappointment last time out. And Ollie Murphy was really, really big on Strong Leader before he ran. So again, and like I said right from the start, there's a lot of forgiveness throughout these races this weekend if you fancy Strong Leader. Crambo won for us last time. Doesn't like Cheltenham though. Doesn't like really going left-handed. So that'd be a line through for me. Gowl Road, all I thought of, if Gowl Road took on Mr. Coffee, he would finish second. So so I'm getting right down, and I kept going down and down and down to, and again, this is stupid. I'll probably not have a bet on this, but Transmission at 33 to 1. I mean, look, it's got to find what, 10, 15 pounds here. And that horse will forever be known now for Joe Anderson's amazing ride. With at Cheltenham, last 3 times, Novice Chase in October was second in that. Won an amateur jockeys race, a handicap there, and they got Paddy Mullins for that. So he's not going to ride any old dog, is he? And on the 14th of December, 2 lengths second behind that is that Haiti Claire of Rebecca Curtis. I just thought at 33 to 1, it might be a little fun play as you're watching the race, because I couldn't really have the top 2. Crambo, I think he's done. He's done, doesn't like going left hand. And Strong Leader, are you forgiving about that last run? But has had the wind up. But so I just thought, bottom market, Transmission 33 to 1.
Why not? Probably trying to check his mark for a handicap, but he could easily outrun his odds. Frankie, what do you fancy in the Cleeve?
I think Gowl Road, I just would have liked him to be a bit of a better price. I thought just on ratings, he's almost, well, he's way off the top 2, isn't he? I was expecting him to be slightly bigger, but I don't know. Crambo, I can't really fancy. Strong Leader has his jumping issues, but he can put it all together and win. He obviously ran well in this last year. Galro's just been super consistent and at the track and behind decent horses. Lucky Place, I think, could be a States Hurdle contender. Who was second to last time? He was second to Wall Park, who we know I'm a fan of. So I think it's Gowl Road. I don't know. I thought I might be against the market, but I'm not really. He's shorter than I expected. If Paul Nicholls has a winner before this, wouldn't discount Mon Morel. But hard to back any of Nicholls at the moment, isn't it? So I think Gowl Road for me.
Okay, you go rather than taking on the favourites in the Cleeve. We'll just touch on the 4:10 then, because it's going to see Polish Charm here over the 2.5 mile trip of the Turner's Novices Hurdle, and he's my first anti-post bets. Hopefully he goes and hacks. Well, he's all his own way. We get a view here from the Shallow form, don't we, with the new line through Bill Joyce, who was third. So it'll be interesting to see how those two perform against each other. But it's quite a deep contest that he's got to fend off the rest here. Some nice tack, 6 mile bridge. Weighed out, Quebecois as well. He's got to give him weight. I'm hopeful he can do it. You boys?
I think he can, yeah. Do you know what? I'd be slightly frustrated that maybe they could have just left this and gone to the festival. But I think he can win, yeah. And it is interesting, as you mentioned, get a look at how good New Lion might be. But I don't think any horse is going to travel as well as he did into a race. Potter Charm's not going to beat Bill Joyce like the New Lion did either way. I don't think he's a bit of a kind of tougher horse, isn't he, rather than a flash horse that's going to canter all over them. But yeah, I think he'll win. As I said, as far as short prices go, I think this in East India Dock is this weekend's dirty double.
And because it went so well last weekend,
yelling for the treble. Joel?
No, I completely agree. I was more of the opinion of asking you. Is the Matt Millions going down this weekend? Because I know you can't say anything bad about Potter's Charm on anti-post. What is the Millions going down this weekend, or?
No, because if he gets beat, then I've lost twice, isn't he? Because we're on at 7 to 1 for the festival race. So let's hopefully he wins and he shortens up. And if he's really impressive and he beats Bill Joyce by 6 or 7, then obviously he should really be challenging the New Line for favouritism. So that's what we hope for this week. Powder will be dry. And hopefully we've got a dream still going on.
You're not tempted in by almost even money.
Yeah.
Might do the dirty double. And hope. Right, let's move to Donny then.
Definitely ruin your festival chances.
Exactly, yeah. Double whammy. 2 mile handicap chase gets us underway at Donny, 1:30. Interesting. Harry Skelton shunning Cheltenham, going for the jockey points, looking for the $500,000, Joel.
Yeah, he is, but I don't like him on this, and I don't like Nell's son either. No, it's a cracking form, but was 4th in this last year, and he's up £14. So I went 3rd in for the Emma Lavelle horse, Ben Jones, who we always say is such a good jock. General Madrando, is that how you pronounce it? General Madrando, something like that. Looked at a 9-length win at Newbury in November this morning. Then ran like a drain mid-December at Newbury. But it did make up a lot of ground on the home turn. And then just didn't have a lot left. So again, it's another horse this weekend where you have to put a line through something. Before that was second to Dr. TJ Eckelberg, one of my horses, at Haydock. So I thought with Nelson, there was a line straight through that. Calico no, and so I went for the third horse, General Madrando, Emma Lavelle, Ben Jones. But you can pick holes or pick against a load of these horses, or any one of them can win, and you go, wow, yeah, I could see that. So there's a lot of forgiveness this weekend.
Okay, Frankie.
I'm with you, Joel. Yeah, Emma Lavelle in good form, 25% strike rate for the yard. I'm with you here, and I'm with Emma Lavelle in the next.
Okay, 205, yeah. Take it away then.
Mas Chanteau. His ticket's booked for the Albert Bartlett. His owners are really hoping that he can get them at least in the parade ring, maybe not the winners' enclosure. Obviously, they'll be hoping for the winners' enclosure come the festival. But his ticket's booked there, so they're hoping from a good performance from him this weekend. He's won the last twice. He was beaten by Cheltenham over a shorter trip. I reckon stepped up in trip even further is going to suit him. And then it'll be all systems go for the festival.
Okay. It usually throws him a few shocks, this race, though, Joel.
Yeah, that's what I put up there. I put up some shockers. Where's my list? Was it the Cobb? What year did the Cobb win it? Was that 25
yeah,
to 1?
That was one of them, yeah. Big
3 to 1. Yeah, a few in this. So that's the way I looked at it. I really like Westernite in this. Was 2 to 1 earlier in the week. Is 7 to 2 this morning, and that has drifted. So I was going down, and I found Yellow Car in this. Oh, yeah, Yellow Car. Again,
Yellow Clay.
Not Yellow Clay, Yellow Car, this one. Anything yellow. The old Coldplay song for me, it's fine. Jumped so badly at Cheltenham. Again, a horse that you got to put a line through it in mid-December. JetBlue was first, Western Knight was second, and 3 lengths behind was Yellow Car, who I say jumped really badly in that race and was still only 3 lengths behind it. One is going to go off at 3 to 1. One's going to go off around 16, 20 to 1. So, it's something that I wasn't nailed on with a win selection. Yellow Car, I think 16 to 1, if you like the fav.
Okay. Nice. Nicely done. Bit of value then. Right. What about this Mare's Hurdle? I'll start with you, Frankie, because I know you're a fan of Jatara. You were earlier on in the week. Are you sticking with her?
Yeah, I think I have to. I'm just wincing a little bit because Katira's form, it's not all bad, is it, against the boys last time at Ascot? But I have just said I can't have Crambo, and I'm kind of coming around to the fact and hoping that maybe that wasn't the strongest long walk. So 3 lengths, 5th in it isn't quite as good as it might look on paper for Katira. She's a strong favourite, but I think Jatara, when she puts in her performance, and don't get me wrong, she hasn't as consistently as you like, but I think she's a real class mare on a day, and I'm excited to see James Byrne, have a proper crack with her. She didn't perform as she did either last time or the time before. I think the jockey reported signs of her being in season, so you can excuse a couple of bad runs, but as I said, on a day, I do think she's right up there, and I'd give her a chance for sure.
Interesting, James Byrne was jocked up for this very early in the week. I mean, I think he's given up some rides at Cheltenham, like to Quantic Hills and the Triumph Hurdle trial to go and ride this. I know Nicky has got one on the card. But yeah, it was interesting jockey booking so early in the week. Right, so he's with Jatara. Are you concurring, Joel?
Yeah, I'm with Jatara. Katira has done me twice, odds on. I don't think she's ever won over 3 miles, has she?
I think she did it. Weatherby, I think.
No, I don't
beaten.
I'm trying to check here. I've got all my notes back. But I'm just thinking of.
You're right.
She's been beaten twice, odds on, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was not for me. Obviously, the Skelton name will make her favourite. But Jatara again has drifted throughout the week. Was 2s, now 3s. Nothing. James Byrne booked earlier in the week. I think it's a strong one this weekend, Jatara.
Okay, strong bet for Joel. Right, come on, boys. The big betting race of the day, the Great Yorkshire Chase, 3 miles, a big field, 17 declared. I've got Walking on Air as doubly engaged, but still, it's going to be a massive field. I'll even give you 2 darts if you want them, starting with you, Joel.
Right. It's all your old favourites, isn't it? And I went for Earn River, and I'm doing this off the top of my head because I watched these last night. If you just look at the form, the bear form, which is pulled up, unseated fourth. I think the last time out was just a little opener over hurdles, get it fresh for this race. I think Earn River, from the top of my head, was maybe 5th or 6th in this race last year, and was off a £6 higher mark or something along those lines. This has been the target, not a massive stable. So Earn River would be my first pick. And secondly, I'm devastated that I'm going for it, but it's one for your play spots in it. It's another one like, what's it called? Not the Growler. What's it called? The one at the Twisty Horse that always comes second.
Gal Road.
Yeah, Gal Road. Not Growler Road, Gal Road. So change your man, but it is favourite around 11 to 2, 5 to 1 or something like that. So change your man, and little interest on Earn River.
Okay, Frankie, give us 2 for the Great Yorkshire.
You are right, Joel. He was 5th, carrying £6 more last year, and this year has the benefit of a £5 claimer. So yeah, PU for pissed up rather than pulled up. Hopefully, the change man's favourite. I hope he wins. I backed him both of the last 2 times. He's been done by Venetia Williams. I bet the Tizzards are sick of her. My value play will be Young Buster with young Jack Hogan on board, taking off £3. He went off Fav last time at Kelso. It didn't work out for him. Over 3 miles and 2 furlongs. Doesn't always happen for horses at Kelso with that stiff finish, but he has previously won on heavy ground over a slightly shorter trip and has ran pretty well here before as well in a handicap chase last year. So you won't mind a test. He's ran well at the track. He's got a £3 claimer on board, and he's a nice each way price.
Good stuff. Right, 9 on the TV. I've actually covered 10 races for you, so hopefully there's a few winners amongst you. You boosted betting bank. Right, what would be the best bet of the week, Frankie? Where's the dollars going as your stateside?
The dollars are on East India, Doc. I don't care what price is just going to go and win. Stuff the value.
Okay. Odds on that for Frankie. Disgusting stuff. Joel?
I'm really surprised he didn't say Constitution Hill. I'm going to go for Gentleman's Game. 225 beats Long Press. Got the value. We've got the value. Got the
value. Right. It's getting an important couple of weeks, isn't it? Obviously, we are 7 weeks out from the festival. 6 weeks out this weekend. Next week on Tuesday. So you must join us on Monday because we're going to review Trials Day. And then obviously next week's Punters Guide, we'll be looking into the Dublin Racing Festival. And the following road to Cheltenham, we're going to be reviewing that. So it's all go. It's going to be a busy few weeks. And I know you're going from Miami to Ireland, Frankie.
I am, but I've got one more horse for our listeners. David Egan rides one for Ammo Racing. Well, he rides a couple of horses on Saturday, but the Ammo Racing horse, I don't know its name, but it's pretty easy to figure out because there's only one Ammo Racing horse that David Egan rides. I think it's on the dirt, and I think it won the same race last year. Got a good chance. Have a little scout for David Egan on the Gulfstream card.
Okay, great stuff here. Trying to cement that partnership. Right, cheers, boys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Trials Day. Best of luck, whatever you're backing, and join us Monday for the next instalment of The Road to Cheltenham.